Senator Jeremy Stein joins us. Jeremy, how you doing?
Good morning, Team Moon. Doing excellent. Thank you so much for having me on to talk about a very important issue.
Yeah, the Blue Cross Blue Shield, I made some phone calls this morning, and they telling me that, and this is what I was told, and you probably could help me because you've really been one of the key guys in monitoring this and watching this and talking about it and dealing with it, was that the deal, and I want you to try to correct this if it needs to be correct, that the deal that was made with Blue Cross Blue Shield in the fall is not the deal that we got now, that it's been changed some kind of way. So my question, has it been changed?
Ever so slightly, Moon, and that's why I remain opposed, because it essentially has not changed. The only slight difference is the makeup of this Accelerate Foundation, which is going to be a disaster, which I'd love to dig into a little bit more. But the makeup of that foundation, the only thing that I can see that's changed is the governor will have an appointment to the board, and then the Commissioner of Insurance will have a seat as a non-voting member, which I find ironic, by the way, Moon, because they've told us and promised us that this new Accelerate Foundation that's going to cure all the health woes of Louisiana is supposed to be non-political, and we're going to set it, yet they set up as a 501c4, which means it can be political, number one. Number two, you've just doubled down on it being political by adding a seat for the governor and the Commissioner of Insurance. Have you ever heard of a spoils system? I mean, it's absurd. Yep. If I could, let me dig in a little bit to the Accelerate Foundation.
Go ahead.
And I have to give thanks to Chairman McMath and Chairman Talbot for holding this, the Joint Insurance and Health Insurance Committee hearing. I thought the senators did a fantastic job. And if you get a chance, listeners, it's 8 hours of testimony, but a lot of great stuff was revealed. And the more these people talk, the worse the deal is. And so the Accelerate Foundation is going to be a 501c4, $3 billion with a B as in boy foundation to be spread across Louisiana. Again, they pitch it as, if you see all their lovely advertisements, it's going to cure all the health woes of Louisiana. And mind you, Moon, anytime you see a Blue Cross Blue Shield mailer talking about how wonderful this thing is, or a newspaper ad, or a TV ad, or a social media ad, just know that that's your premium dollars being spent on these ads, okay?
No, by the way, let me stop you, Jeremy. Let me stop you. I saw an ad on TV yesterday when I came on. I had to miss Monday, but I came on and I said the ad bothered me because the ad was basically taking Elevance and Cross Blue Shield and already putting them together. So when I came on yesterday, I said that it's over. Unless Tim Temple stops this, it's over. And then when I got to vote because I'm a policyholder. So I voted no. I wanted to vote hell no, but they didn't have a place for hell on that, so I didn't. But I voted no. But even when you voted, it gave you all the reasons to vote for it before you voted. It was like a push poll, you know? It was like a push poll.
It's the most egregious push poll I've ever seen. But Moon, I'm gonna correct you in one small thing here. I don't believe it's over yet. Thanks to you, thanks to the oversight committee hearing, thanks to anytime we can get our message across, this thing can be defeated. Just in the last 2 weeks alone, Moon, I've had 10 constituents text me or email me saying, "Hey, is this still a bad deal?" So people are starting to vote no. They're starting to read the ballot. The ballots are starting to arrive at their home. There's still a chance to defeat this thing at the ballot box. That way it doesn't even reach Tim Temple's desk. So
can I ask you a question?
Cover this, Moon, like you're doing,
let me ask you a question. This is really important now. Who's counting the votes? Jeremy, I want to know who's counting the votes. That's all.
It's a third party. I believe it's the McKinsey Partners. That's who's doing the calling. I need to double check to make sure that's the company that's indeed doing the counting. We only hope they'll be fair with it. But look, we still have a chance to defeat this, and hopefully there'll be an audit trail so that we can dig into it to see if it was fair. But back to the voting, it's crazy the way the voting's being done, where you can call. They're using McKinsey Partners, so they're sharing your information with an outside group out in New York, and they're calling and saying, "Hey, have you voted yet? Oh, you haven't? Great. Let me tell you how wonderful this deal is. And oh, by the way, I can take your vote over the phone, and you'll get that $3,000. How does that sound to you?" I mean, it's absurd on its face. And they never tell you the downside. So let me tell you the downside real quick with Accelerate Foundation. It was revealed in committee that this foundation has been modeled after California Healthcare Foundation. Anytime someone says we're going to model something off of California, I get a little suspicious.
Yeah, I'm nervous now, too. Big time.
So California Healthcare Foundation, another multi-billion-dollar social welfare foundation is how they pitch it to us. So this social welfare foundation that they're modeling after California, I dug into it just yesterday. Well, this foundation in California has given millions to Planned Parenthood, transgender mutilation. So let me ask you, Moon, are those values that align with Louisiana? Absolutely not.
No.
And so this is going to be a backdoor attempt, in my opinion, long term, to use this social welfare foundation of $3 billion to fund liberal causes that we don't like. By the way, if you look into the Elevance CEO, Gail Boudreaux, she's got a nice case to sound the last name. I'm not sure if she's from Louisiana, but she's out of Indiana. You dig into her, she's given to Chuck Schumer, to Hillary Clinton. These are people who have the most warped view on social life, particularly as it relates to pro-life issues and transgender issues. Mm-hmm. I got a problem with that. Then you dig a little further into Elevance Health. Who owns 20% of their stock? BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, the usual suspects of the one world government. So the whole thing is absurd on its face. It doesn't align with Louisiana values. And so they're going to push this $3 billion foundation and try to spread it around Louisiana with liberal causes. I've got a problem with that. And here's where it really bothers me more than anything else. That's your money. That's $3 billion. Imagine this, Moon. Someone says, hey, Moon, I want to buy your business. And instead of me giving you the profits and the proceeds of the sale, I'll tell you what I'm going to do with it. I'm not going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to a social welfare foundation, and I'm going to get to put it to liberal causes that I deem fit. And you're going to be saying, wait a second, that's my money.
Yep.
That's essentially what's happening right now. That's $3 billion, the proceeds from the sale, the cash reserves from the company that's been built up over time with your premium dollars is going to be dumped in to a social welfare foundation.
Wow. I mean, I know it does, and that's why I was worried about the vote, but you keep saying that we can win. I don't feel as optimistic, but you know a little bit. Like I said when I came on, you know more than I do. But what about getting to Tim Temple? Do you even know where Tim Temple stands on this? I don't hear anything from him at all. I have not seen anything that he said. I'm not saying he didn't. I haven't personally seen anything because it seems like to me he's the key to stopping this now. Maybe he's not, but I think he is.
Well, he's the backstop. He's the last step. But I hope it doesn't reach his desk because I think we can defeat at the ballot box. But he has not tipped his hand on which way he's going to vote, nor I don't think he should. He's taken the same approach that Jim Donelon did when they tried to do this last year, and because he is sort of the last arbiter, the judge in this. And so he doesn't want to look biased in any way. With that said, we should do everything within our power to at least talk to him and educate him on the issues and why this is a bad deal for Louisiana. And so if it ultimately reaches his desk, I think there'll be a lot more public pressure on him to not approve this.
Yeah. Well, no, I just know he's been pretty quiet. I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm just saying he's been real quiet. I don't know if everybody's reaching out, your committee and the things that you've been involved. Have y'all brought Tim in? Have y'all gotten his opinion from it? I'm just kind of curious.
Absolutely. We spoke to him right after he was elected. And look, a big shout out to three of my important constituents. When you have an insurance agent, an attorney, and a doctor call you on three-way over the summer saying, we got a problem with this deal, when you got different sectors of the economy calling you on three-way saying this is a bad deal for Louisiana. Thankfully, to those gentlemen in my district, it's something to be said for people-led government, and this is a big deal. Those three guys said this is a bad deal. We ultimately brought in Tim Temple to talk to him about the issue, and he listened, didn't tip his hand one way or the other. He just listened to what we had to say. So it was a good opportunity for us to speak to him about the issue. But we're going to continue to talk to him over time before this thing is all said and done.
Yeah, I'm just Jeremy Stein, Senator Jeremy Stein, state senator right here in Louisiana, the Lake Charles area. My special guest talking about Blue Cross Blue Shield. So the vote counting don't bother you then? You think it's in good hands?
It is not in good hands. The vote counting bothers me from this perspective, the way that they're pushing the poll, the call. They're using this McKinsey Partners, which We asked, by the way, Moon, we asked for the list. We said, hey, that 95,000 policyholders, could we get a hold of that list so they could hear the other side of the story?
Yeah.
Well, no, we can't do that because of HIPAA laws. Yet they're able to share it with Elevance Health, which are a publicly traded company. They're able to share it with McKinsey Partners to do these proxy voting. At what point do you not violate the HIPAA law?
You know, when
I shared it with two entities.
Jeremy, when I got mine, and I already voted. I voted no. But when I got mine, it was basically the vote, but it was before and after and during 2 pages of propaganda on why it was a great thing. And by the way, Jeremy, I'm going to get approximately $3,000. I don't know if it's $2,000 or $3,000. And I told them they could keep their money. I would rather have the Blue Cross Blue Shield. My question is, if you can tell us, why is Blue Cross Blue Shield think they have to do this and do it now? What has been the argument for this, in your opinion? Because them telling me we're going to have better health care is bogus in itself, because really Blue Cross Blue Shield is rated higher than Elevance. They're rated high, and we got history of Elevance in these other states.
They pitch it, Moon, as we just can't compete. We're too small. They're much larger than us. They have better technology, better software. But, Moon, that's complete BS, just like you said, for a number of reasons. But the number one reason, Blue Cross has 50% of the market share. Moon, if they were too small to compete, would they have captured 50% of the market share? United Health can't even hold a candle to Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana today, and they are 10 times, if not more, the size of Blue Cross. They're 4 times the size of Elevance.
Jeremy, let me do this.
A company that's bigger than Elevance can't even compete with Blue Cross here in the state of Louisiana.
Let me do this because you're giving me more Q&A. Can you hold for another 10 or 12 minutes?
Sure.
Okay, what I'm going to do is take a 4-minute break and come back and wrap up with you. His name is Senator Jeremy Stein. I'm learning stuff as we go, too. I appreciate it, Jeremy. We'll take a break. Be back. You're listening to the Moon Griffon Show.